Hello students. So student, in the previous class, in the chapter that is why do we fall ill, we were talking about the different infectious diseases. Okay, the diseases which is caused by the infectious agent. And in this one, up to we have discussed the two type of a disease. The first one is that of the malaria, and the second one is the rabies. Okay, malaria we had discussed that it is caused by mosquito. The female Anopheles mosquito act as a vector, and it used to carry the plasmodium from an infected person to a healthy person. Okay, then the second one we had discussed about the rabies. In the rabies, students, we discussed that actually rabies is caused by a virus that is known as a rabies virus, and this basically occurred due to the bite of a rabid dog. Okay, so rabid dog, it means the dog consisting of a rabies virus. Okay, so when that dog bite a healthy person, then the virus will get injected into the blood of that healthy person. Okay, now when this virus get inside in that of the blood of a person, of a healthy person, so ultimately the person will suffer from a disease that is hydrophobia or that of the rabies. Okay. Okay, so it occurs through that of the rabies virus when a rabid dog will bite a person. Now students, you can see that not only the rabies virus occur to a dog, but it can affect the mammals also. So we can say that the mammals like that of a dog, like that of a rabbit is there, or rabbit is there, as well as cats are there, monkeys are there. So these all can become rabid because of the presence of the rabies virus in it. Okay. Now the other thing, students, which we had discussed in the rabies, that it is a highly infectious disease and it can be transferred from one person to the other person. Then the third one is that it is not necessary that the symptoms can be seen at a moment or within a few days. It can occur within, the symptoms can be seen within 1 day, or it can take a 1 month or a 2 month, 1 month also. So you can understand that the period in which the symptoms can be seen, it takes time. The name rabies is also known as a hydrophobia. The meaning of a hydrophobia, hydro means water, student, and the meaning of phobia means fear. So a person start developing a fear of a water, so you will say that this symptoms proves that a person is suffering from a rabies or hydrophobia disease. Okay, so hydrophobia, it is known because water, the fear of a water get developed into the person. Now, not only this, even in the extreme conditions, student, you will see that this rabies virus will going to affect the central nervous system of a person and make a person paralyzed, even the death of the person. So, initially, headache and body pain, all these things will be seen, but later on, the development of a fear of a water, even your central nervous system stop working, which makes you are paralyzed, as well as the death of a person. Okay, so this was all about the symptoms. How can you prevent yourself from the rabies virus, students? So better, if you find that a dog is now a rabid dog, means having the virus that is rabies, better we should kill it. And not only this, if after that biting occur, then we should contact to the doctor, and before going to the doctor, we should wash it with the carbolic soap and water, apply an antiseptic, and take the anti-rabies vaccine. Okay. Now today we will discuss another kind of a disease, student, and that is known as AIDS. AIDS. what is the AIDS? What is the full form of AIDS? So you see, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. It is a virus disease and it is a very fatal disease. Okay, so we can say that AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome is a viral disease, and very fatal. Okay, so it is a viral disease and it is very fatal. Now, we are saying that it is a viral disease, it means it is caused due to the virus. Now, which virus is responsible for causing such a fatal disease, student? That is HIV. HIV, it means human immunodeficiency virus. Okay, so we can say the second point is the virus which is responsible for the cause of the AIDS is HIV. Okay, and the full form of HIV is, student, that is human immunodeficiency virus. Okay, so human immunodeficiency virus is the cause of the AIDS. Now, this virus is a retrovirus. Retrovirus means which is having the genetic material, that is RNA. Okay, so we can write it, that is that HIV is a retrovirus. What is the meaning of a retrovirus? It means genetic material is RNA. Okay, so HIV is the genetic material is not DNA, but its genetic material is RNA, and such kind of a virus which is having the genetic material RNA is known as a retrovirus. So we can say that AIDS is caused by a virus, and that virus is the human immunodeficiency virus, and this virus is a retrovirus whose genetic material is RNA. Now, what are the other things, students? What happened in this? What happened when this virus enters in your body? So, if this virus enter in a body of a person, it will attack on the immune system and make your immune system not to work properly. You know that what is the role of an immune system? So immune system basically it helps in the preventing the attack of the antigens in our body. And if our immune system become weak or our immune system get attacked by such kind of a virus, so ultimately immune system become weak and it will be not able to protect ourselves from the microbes which is entering in our body. Okay, so we can write it. In this disease, the virus destroys the immune system. Okay, in this disease, the virus destroys the immune system of a person, and due to this, the patient become unable to stop the entrance of or resist the entry of a other pathogen. So we can write it, due to this, the person not able to resist the entry of the, okay, so due to this the person is not able to resist the entry of the other pathogens in the body. Okay, so in this disease the virus destroys the immune system of the person. Now move to the next one, students, that when the AIDS was first detected. So you see that AIDS was first detected in USA in June 1981. So we can say that AIDS was first detected at 1981, okay, in USA. Okay, so in June at 19, so we can say that in June 1981 in USA. Okay, so it was first detected in USA. Now, how this disease get transmitted from one person to another person? So, either through direct contact. Direct contact, it means from a blood to blood transfusion or through sexual contact. AIDS basically transmitted through sexual contact or blood to blood transfusion. Now you see, students, what are the chances by which it get transferred? So first is the sexual contact. Second one is that if a person is using the razor or the blade of the razor, especially to razor of an infected person, means of a person who is already suffering from the AIDS, or if the blood of a AIDS person get injected into a healthy person, and we can say that even the contaminated needles are there, students. So all this will it will going to make the entrance of or the transmission of the HIV virus from a healthy person, from a infected person, from a person who is suffering from the AIDS to the healthy person. Okay, so we can write it that the disease is transmitted either through the sexual contact, okay, or and blood to blood transfusion. Blood to blood contact. Okay, so we can say either through the sexual contact or blood to blood contact. Okay, so we can say that sexual contact is that of an infected person, and the blood to blood transfusion occur from the infected person to the healthy person using the contaminated needle or the razor of an infected person, make this virus to get transferred from the infected, from a person suffering from AIDS to the healthy person. Okay, now you see, students, even it can be transferred from a mother to the fetus, because you know that a mother is connected to the fetus through the through the blood, you can say the blood it supplies the food and the nutrients to the fetus. So we can say that AIDS can be transmitted from the mother to her fetus. Okay. Transmitted from an infected mother to the fetus. Okay, so AIDS can be transmitted from an infected mother to that of the fetus. Okay, so this was all about that how the AIDS get transferred from one person to another. What is AIDS? What is the cause of the AIDS, students? Right now we said that it basically caused due to the HIV virus. So how the transmission occur? How the AIDS caused to a person. Now students, we will talk that what are the different symptoms. On the basis of that you can say that yes, a person is suffering from AIDS. Okay, so we can write it. Symptoms of AIDS. Okay. Symptoms. Okay. AIDS. What are the symptoms of AIDS, students? So, first of all, sweating at the night and even the weight loss occur in the person's body. Okay, so we can say the first symptom is sweating at night and even weight loss. Okay, so sweating at night and even weight loss is the responsible for, we can say that this is a symptom by which we can say maybe a person is suffering from AIDS. Sweating at night and weight loss. Okay, not only this, a mild fever occur for a long duration that will also cause AIDS. Means that is also a symptom of AIDS. So we can say that mild fever for a long duration of time, that is also a symptom of AIDS. Okay, next one is your lymph nodes. So if the lymph node gets swollen, even not only this, if your blood platelets get increased, that also a symptom of attack of HIV virus on a human body. Okay, so we can say that swollen lymph nodes and increase in the count of blood platelets. Okay, increase in the count of the blood platelets, mild fever for a long duration of a time, and sweating at the night. Any other thing is there, student? Yes, severe damage to the brain, and due to which a person is not able to identify, even not able to think also, you can say. Okay, so we can say that severe damage to brain. Severe damage to brain, which leads to the loss of memory, even ability to speak, means loss of ability to speak. Okay, so which leads to the loss of memory and ability to speak. Okay, so severe damage to brain which leads to the loss of memory and ability to speak. Next one is, now you see students that in this case, in the AIDS disease, a person's immune system get attacked. It means the body is not able to resist the entrance of the any other infection, because the immune system already get destroyed by the HIV virus. So we can say that the patient, it become very susceptible to the other infection. Okay, so we can say that patient becomes susceptible to the other infection, susceptible to the other infection due to the weak immune system. So since the immune system is not working properly, the person will be more prone to the other infection, more susceptible to the other infection. Okay. Now this one was all about the symptoms, students. In the symptoms, we discussed that sweating can occur at night, even if there will be the weight in the loss of the weight loss will be there. Next one is the mild fever will be there for a long period of a time. Then the swollen lymph nodes will be there, and there will be increase in the count of the platelets. Finally, severe damage to the brain will be there, which causes which leads to the loss of the memory, even the ability of a person to speak. And the patient, it becomes more susceptible to the other infections due to the weak immune system. Okay. Now we will see that what are the preventions that we can do. We know that student, prevention is better than cure. So better we should do some kind of a preventions which prevent ourselves, some precautionary measures, some preventive measures we should see that will help us to prevent this disease, or prevent this disease to attack on us. Okay. Okay, so the first thing, you see students, how the AIDS get transferred from one person to another, either by using the infected blade of a person or razor. Okay, so we can say new razor. Okay, so we can write it. Ask barber to use new razor. Okay, ask barber to use new razor. Second, students, so blood to blood transfusion occur. It means if the blood if your blood get transferred, if you are using a blood of a person and you are not knowing about it, that whether the person is a HIV positive or HIV negative, ultimately chances is there that that you can suffer from or a person can suffer from a HIV virus, and that blood can transmit to a healthy person. Okay, so before taking the blood, we should ensure that the blood donor is a HIV negative and he has done the HIV test, and in which his result is negative. Okay, so we can say that a blood donor should be tested HIV negative. Okay, so before taking the blood from a blood donor, we must ensure that the blood donor has undergone to the test of HIV and he is HIV negative, not HIV positive. Okay, then the third one is, students, that you know that even the injections, even the blood, if you have uses a needle on an infected person, on a person who is already suffering from this disease of AIDS, and that contaminated needle, if that needle will be used on a healthy person, so the virus will get transferred from the infected to the healthy person. So better what we can do, that we can use only the disposal needles and syringes. Okay, because once it will be used, it can be thrown and we can use the another new one. Okay, so we can write it. Use only disposal needles and syringes. We should use the disposal needles and the syringes because the needles, once it will be used, it will be not there to it will be not okay to use it again, because it will be waste of people, they used to throw it out. So we can say that we should use the disposal needle and syringes, which help us to cure from the HIV virus. Next one is unsafe and unethical sexual contact must be avoided. So in the first one, student, up to here we have discussed that what are the different ways by which we can prevent the blood to blood transfusion, which is the first cause of the AIDS virus and the HIV virus to get transmitted. The second cause is the sexual contact. Through sexual contact also the HIV virus get transmitted from one person to the another person. So what we can do, that we should avoid the unsafe and unethical sexual contact with the infected person. So unsafe and unethical sexual contact must be avoided. Okay, unsafe and unethical sexual contact must be avoided. Okay, so this is the second one, student, in which we can say that how we can avoid the sexual contact with the infected person. You yourself are not knowing about it, that whether the person is suffering from a HIV virus or not, he is carrying the HIV virus or not. So we should avoid the unsafe and unethical sexual contact to avoid ourselves from the this AIDS disease. Okay, so the first one we studied is about the blood to blood transfusion, how can we prevent the blood to blood transfusion, and the second one, that how can we avoid the sexual contact, which help us to protect ourselves from the HIV virus. Then the last one, student, that we should know about it, that till date there is no such medicine or no effective treatment is there for AIDS. Okay. Okay, so till date there is no effective treatment of the AIDS disease. Okay, so this was all about the AIDS. Let me remind you the prevention, students. So the first prevention that you can do, that you should say to your barber that he should use a new razor, a fresh razor, not the old one. Because the chances is there that the razor will be used by a person who already suffering from the AIDS, and when that razor will be used by you, then that blood, because the razor is what it is used for the cutting, so chances is there that the blood will get stick on the blade, and when you use it, it will get transmitted to you or to your blood. Second one is, better we should use the the disposal needle and syringes. Once you will use it, you can throw it easily. So if you use it, student, the transmission of a blood to blood of a person infected to a healthy person cannot be possible. Then the third one is that a blood donor, if you are taking a blood from a person, you must ensure yourself that the person has undergone the HIV test and he is HIV negative. Then the fourth one, we should avoid the unsafe and unethical sexual contact. Possibilities there, the person is suffering from AIDS and it get transmitted to a healthy person. And one more thing is there, that we should be more careful regarding all this, because student, till date there is no such kind of effective treatment is there for AIDS. Okay, so this is all about the AIDS, that is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Okay.